Again, Jesus began to teach by the lake. The crowd was that large that he had to get into a boat and sat in it out while all the people were along the shore at the water edge. He taught them many things by parables, and in his teaching he said, "Listen, a farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seeds, some fell on the path, some fell on the path, and the bird came and ate it up. Some fell on the rocky places where it did not have much soil. It sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow, but when the sun came up, the plants were scorched and withered because they had no root. Other fell among thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. Still other seed fell on good soil. It came up, grew and produced a crop that sometimes multiplied 30, 60, or 100 times." Jesus said, "Whoever has ears to hear, let them hear." When he was alone, the 12 and the others around him asked him about the parables. He told them, "The secret of the kingdom of God has been given to you. Those on the outside, everything is said in parables, so that they may be ever seeing but never be perceiving, they ever hearing but they never understanding. Otherwise they might turn and he be forgiven." And Jesus said to them, "Don't you understand the parable? How then will you understand any parable? The farmer sows the word. Some people are like seed along the paths. When the word is sown, as soon as they hear it, Satan comes and takes it away, and the word that was sown in them. Others like seed sown on the rocky mountains. They hear the word, at once they receive it with joy, but since they have no root, they last only for a short time. When trouble or persecution comes because of the word, they quickly fall away. Still others, like seed among them thorns, hear the word, but the worries of this life and the deceitfulness of wealth and the desires of other things come in and choke the word, making it unfruitful. Others, like seed sown on good soil, they hear the word, accept it, and produce crop, some 30, some 60, and some 100 times that was sown. He said to them, "Do you bring in a lamp to put it under a bowl or a bed? Instead, don't you put it on the stands? For whatever is hidden is meant to be disclosed, and whatever is concealed is meant to be thought out in the open. If anyone has ears to hear, let them hear. Consider carefully what you hear. With the measure you use, it will be measured to you, and even more. However, whoever has will be given more. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken away from them." He also said, "This is what the kingdom of God is like. A man scattered seed on the ground night and day, whether the sleeps whether he sleeps or get up. The seed sprout, it grows, though he does not know how. All by itself the soil produces grain. First the stalk, then the head, then the full kernel in the head. As soon as the grain is ripe, he puts the sickle to it, because the harvest has come." Again he said, "What shall we say about the kingdom of God is like, or what parable shall we use to describe it? It's like a mustard seed, which is the smallest of all seeds on earth. Yet when planted, it grows and becomes the largest of all garden plants, with such big branches that the birds can perch in the shadow." With many parables, Jesus spoke the word to them as much as they could understand. He did not say anything to them without using parables. But when he was alone and with his disciples, he explained everything. That day, an evening came, he said to his disciples, "Let us go over the other side," leaving the crowd behind. They took him along just as he was in the boat. There were also other boats with him. A furious squall came up, and the waves broke over the boat, and so it was nearly swamped. Jesus was in the stern, sleeping on a cushion. The disciples wake him and said to him, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down, and he was completely calm. He said to his disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" They were terrified and asked each other, "Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey him."